right? Now, the first time a person, a consumer, goes to your bar, they've never tried your cocktails and they've never tried your food. So that's not the main reason they go in. Right? They go in because as it looks, or as I've heard of it, it sounds as if I will have fun in this place. Right? Now, when you go there, right, you see the ambience, right, the decoration, you hear the music, and you think, well, I might have fun in here. You walk in, you listen to the music, you see the place firsthand, and you say, you know what? I could have fun with in this place. This is the kind of people I can hang out with, right? And after that, then you sit down at a bar or at the table. Still, you haven't ordered anything, right? Now, once you order something, the way you're treated tells you whether you're going to like it or not, even before you try it, whether it's a drink or food, right? Haven't some of you felt sometimes you go to a bar or restaurant, after you order, way before you get your drink or your food, you feel like leaving because the service is so bad, right? So because of the service, right, because you were the way you were served, you know that you're not going to like what they're going to serve you, right? So at the end of the day, before you even try, you know that you're going to like it or not, depending on the atmosphere and the way that I'm treated, right? Now, the way that I'm treated makes me feel something. Makes me feel good, makes me feel bad. Just like the movie theater, right? Usually that's what we call entertainment, right? But if a movie doesn't make you cry, doesn't make you excited, doesn't make you scared, right? Doesn't make you tense, right? What do you think about the movie? It's no good. It has to make you feel something, right? And when you feel, right, then you can have entertainment and then you can have fun, right? At a bar, nobody goes to have a bad time. Usually we go because we want to have a good time. So it's got to be a positive feeling, right? Therefore, right, we do entertainment, and when we're selling, it's feelings, right? And way before we put it in front of them, they know whether they're going to like it or not, depending on the way we present ourselves, and especially the way we present ourselves as employees, right? Now, if you see somebody at a bar, right, it's had a long face, right, and not having fun yet, all right, just by walking up to them, all right, and smiling, she has to smile back, all right? Very good. Thank you very much, all right? But we didn't plan this, right? Right. You know why? Because attitudes are contagious, right? The way you want your customers to feel is the way you should be feeling at that spot, all right? So in order for people to have fun, you got to be having fun. I'm not saying you have to show your molars to just about everybody at the bar, all right? But at least, you know, a good face in order to tell people that, you know what? Here, while I'm serving you, you will have fun, all right? If we do that, then whatever we serve, it's important, all right? Now, obviously, the more premium the products that we serve, the more fun or the more people can enjoy it, therefore having more fun, all right? So today we're going to discuss how you can entertain and have people have fun at your bar with Absolut Vodka, all right? Do you agree? Fantastic, all right? Let's get started, all right? Now, first thing we need to be clear about is that you're going to hear about in an absolute world. In an absolute world means, and you're going to notice by the presentation I'm going to give you in a few minutes, that Absolut takes care or notices or pays attention to every single detail on the making of the vodka, from the selection of the grain, the water we use, and the distillation process, so that when it comes out of the still, you don't have to do anything else with it. You have to filter it, add sugar, add glycerin or oils in order to make it smooth. It's just as pure as possible, right? And that's what we call in an absolute world. In an absolute world, everybody will do, you know, exactly what they have to do in order to make it as perfect as possible, right? So in an absolute world, when people go out to drink, all right, they will take a taxi driver with them so they don't have to drive back on the way home. Now, we know that it's not true, all right? That's very rare. Actually, it never happens, all right? So the first thing we need to agree on is that we have to serve premium spirits like Absolut responsibly, all right? People are here to have fun, all right? As soon as somebody, we drink in order to lose our inhibitions, all right? In order to relax ourselves and be able to have more fun than we usually do. But as soon, right, if somebody drinks too much and just loses not just inhibitions, but loses the sense of decency, if you will, all right, nobody will have fun around them, all right? Not even you, because you will have to be paying attention to this guy or this girl, because he's going to mess it up for everybody else. All right. So please, all right, try to keep your customers and consumers having fun. All right, and not ruin it for everybody else. All right. Drink responsibly. All right. Do we agree? Fantastic. All right. So, vodka category. All right. Where was vodka invented? Well, we didn't invent it. We just made it better. Russia, right? Poland, right? Well, we know when we have data, right, dating back to the 8th and 9th century, right, that Russia and Poland were already doing something similar to what we call vodka today, right? It's not exactly the same. It was very far from what we call vodka today, but it was, you know, the birthplace, you know, where it all started. And the reason why we call it the birthplace, even though it was very far from the vodka we call it today, is because of the word vodka, right? They tell us that in Russia and Poland, they have a word which is called voda, which is W-O-D-A, right? It was the original name given to the spirit, right? Speculation says that, or they say that voda means little water, meaning less water, little water. All right. Speculation says that in those times, the 10th, 11th, and 12th century, spirits were used as medicine, as you know. That's why it's called eau de vie, you know, a water of life. Right. Now, in those times, it was a very raw spirit, and the quality of it was very bad. Right. It had a lot of methanol, and you know, methanol can either make you blind or kill you. Right. So what they used to do is to put a lot of water in it in order to reduce the possibility of intoxication. Right. But in Russia and Poland, where it's very cold during the winter, they will give rations of spirit in order for people to keep warm during the winter, right? With lots of water in order to avoid intoxication. But as you know, people get used to the flavor of spirits, all right? And as they got used to it and wanted more of a feeling of the spirit, they will call it for voda, meaning less water, little water, all right? And that's how the name came to be of a higher strength spirit, right, with less water. Voda, which later we added a K, we call it vodka, right? Now, although the name comes from Russia and Poland, what they used to make was very different from the vodka we know today, right? Mainly because at those times, right, they used to use copper pot stills, which is the one on the top, right? Now, copper pot still, right, by the way, the copper itself started being used in the 15th century by the Russians. Now, copper makes for a very tasting spirit. Right, so it improved the quality as soon as they started using copper. Right, yet with this still, you can only take out a maximum of 70 to 68% alcohol average, because if you take a higher percentage of alcohol, you take too much methanol and you can intoxicate people. Right, so when somebody tells you a spirit is still at an average percentage, right, a copper pot still usually is 70 to 68. Cognac, tequila, whiskey, rum, right? When they tell you a spirit is still at a percentage of alcohol, what they're actually saying is in the difference of that percentage is where the flavors are. So if we have a 70% spirit, we have lots of flavor, over 30% of flavors contained in that spirit. Therefore, it was too flavorful to call vodka, right? So in those times, vodka was very far from what we know it today, right? Now, as soon as an Irishman patent a continuous still distillation process, which is a column still. Yeah? This column still allows you to be able to distill at 94 to 96% alcohol, right, without traces of methanol. Meaning you have pure alcohol with very little flavor, 6 to 4% flavors. Meaning that from this time on is when we actually started making vodka the way we know it today, which is less flavor, less aroma, no color, texture, and smooth spirit. That's what we look for in a vodka, right? No flavor, meaning no aroma, all right? No color, okay? And obviously, and hopefully, less taste, right? It's a clean, pure spirit, all right? So vodka, as we know it today, was made from the beginning of the 19th century by the invention of this still, right?